So a Colorado judge has ruled that Donald Trump did in fact engage in insurrection and condemned his conduct, and at the same time turned around and ruled that he should not be disqualified from being on the ballot under the 14th Amendment because, according to this judge, the 14th Amendment wasn't very clear. And it really didn't say anything about presidents. It was aimed more at senators and congressmen. Now, I don't know exactly where this judge went to high school, but I know I went to a poor one in southeast Kentucky, graduated with a 2.5 grade point average, and I found the word president pretty damn fast in here. So let's read it one more time, louder for those in the back. No person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president or vice president or hold any office, civil or military, under the United States or under any state, who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress or as an officer of the United States or as a member of any state legislature or as an executive or judicial officer of any state to support the Constitution of the United States, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same, or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. The Founding Fathers put that in there, and they put that in there clear as a bell because they realized that one day a Donald Trump would rise up and try to seize power. They realized that a Donald Trump would try to install an authoritarian dictatorship. And they put that in there to protect us and defend us from that type of lunacy. But what the Founding Fathers didn't take into consideration is that there would be a group of people who would be willing to put the Constitution aside for their cult leader. What they failed to realize is that there would be people who would be so easily led and manipulated that they would be willing to give up all their freedom just for a little bit of security from one guy. They also didn't realize that there would be judges come along and cherry pick this thing. They thought they were being clear. I mean, it's clear to me. A poor hillbilly in East Tennessee, it's clear to me. But they didn't realize that it wouldn't be clear to judges, and they didn't realize that the judge would cherry pick out what they said. I imagine this judge starts off like this. This is probably how it happened. He's sitting there reading it, goes, well, no person shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elector of president and vice president. Well, shit, hold on. Or hold any office. Well, hell, hold on. Who, having previously taken an oath as a member of Congress. See there? That's for congressmen. That ain't got nothing to do with Trump. He's good to go. Yeah, let Donnie run. I am so sick and tired of these people thumping their chest and telling us they're constitutionalists. I am so tired of these people thumping their chest and telling us they're the law and order crowd, that they are the ones that respects the law, and they're the ones that respects the Constitution, and they're the ones that respects law and order, when they're the ones that stands up in the same breath and says, we don't care if he committed a crime. We don't care if he broke the law. We don't care if he gets charged. We don't care if he gets found guilty. We don't care if he's in prison. We'll vote for him anyway. These people are willing to set the Constitution aside to re-elect an insurrectionist. And then they get mad at us when we ask them to debate the Second Amendment with us so we can save our children's lives. If a judge can sit and twist and cherry pick the 14th Amendment to give an insurrectionist a pass to run for re-election, I think we should go back to the drawing board and really start to break down and really start to look at that well-regulated militia part, don't you? If they're willing to fight that hard for an insurrectionist, we should be willing to do the same for the lives of our children. Because this is absolutely one of the craziest, the most ridiculous times I've ever lived in. I always thought, when I read the Constitution, I thought, okay, we're good. The Founding Fathers put that in there to protect us from these things. We're good. But no, we're not. There's always going to be people come along and they're going to bastardize it for their own political gain. And they're going to set it aside when they want to. And then thump their chest and tell us, oh, we're the constitutionalists. We're the ones that believes in that. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're the one that uses it to your benefit, the same way you use the Bible for your benefit. And now we're looking at the death of American democracy. And they'll say, well, we're not a democracy, man. We're a republic. Yeah, so is China. So is North Korea. So you really don't have an argument there. We have democracy, and that's what sets us aside from them. But I had a friend of mine no longer with us, served 3 years in jail for buying some goods that was stolen. His argument was, well, I didn't know they were stolen. I had no idea. But he still was sentenced to 3 years in prison for it. And yet, a guy gets on national television and says, go to the Capitol and fight like hell. And people says, I don't really know what his intentions were. I could have called it off. I could have stopped it at any given point, but I didn't. We don't know what his intentions were. That's the type of insane world we're in. And I'm really tired of having conversations with people who have no regard for the facts. I hate arguing with people who I feel like are insulting my intelligence. I don't claim to be the smartest guy in the room. If you want me to be that honest with all of you, I've always felt like that what I do is more or less I react to other people's reactions. The only thing funnier than watching a man go crazy is watching a man watch a man go crazy. I'm kind of the guy watching people go crazy. I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, never claimed to be. But I'm sick and tired of being gaslit. I'm sick and tired of people projecting on me, and I'm sick and tired of people getting on this high and mighty high horse and calling themselves constitutionalists, law and order crowds, and they're God's chosen people and all this bullshit. I'm sick and damn tired of it. And I just hope that liberals and progressives and Democrats, and moderates, independents, whatever they are, I just hope that in the end they take their hands on each ears, they pull their heads out of their asses, and they go vote. Because that's the only hope we got against this insanity.